What's going on, guys? Welcome to the live stream, restream. If you're watching this, my name is Aaron. I'm on a journey to my next Bitcoin. But for tonight, we are talking about CNFT and CNFT Tuesdays. We've got a whole panel here, ready to talk, ready to mix it up. And if we have to debate and go to battle with each other, big ups to the chat right now. I know Tommy's in the back and in the chat, so he's doing the most here. Resin, Curly Knox, Green Fingers, Crypto Knight, G3, Mike Thomas. What's going on to all of you guys? Thanks for showing up early. We're going to be giving away maybe an AdaNOT or two on this live stream, so we're excited to see you guys here. Of course, I think we have the best live stream play to earn, most given. If you're new to the channel, we've given away I've given away 2 Bitcoin of value in this channel in the bull run. Okay, so this is since January of this year. That was my goal, to give away 1 Bitcoin. I think I've given away 2 Bitcoins since then. So I'm excited to see you guys here. But of course, we have to bring on our fantastic guests here. And so the first guest, okay, let me get him started here. This man holds it down for a duck. He picks out the good ones like pluck. Raises the roof like a beam and your head like a dream. He's in the best projects like a French tuck. The one, the only, the crypto bandit, Seron. Welcome.
Yo, I was like, who is this guy? Didn't even know it was me, bro. I'm like, who's the French duck getting stuck?
No,
I'm like, bro, you think how shook I was? I was like,
that's you, baby. In the
no,
project.
it's good when you're confused about it.
Well, honestly, the smooth moves, it could apply to a lot of people on this stream. But of course, I got to bring in the next guest here. First of all, Bandit, I'm liking the Bandito wear right here. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Now you got my hat in the mail, baby. My head is really big, so I have to get it. It's legit 80 something inches. No,
is it black? Is it white? What kind of hat?
It's black.
Okay, there you go. All right, here we go. This man started out as a rookie, but now sees more profits than a bookie. He's fast like a horse with the snipes, of course. He's tough like an overcooked cookie. He's the one, the only, Crypto Warden. Welcome to the channel.
Cowboy Nation, we're back, baby. I'm calling the cap on Seron's cowboy hat. He's been evading it for too long. It's not coming anytime soon. You guys know we have a great lineup set. You know we ready.
Because it's another CNFT. You got to get it custom made, baby. This thing ain't come cheap. All right, I can't get my hat on Amazon like the rest of y'all.
I want a red velvet.
Bro, I was so deep into getting a hat that I found a guy on Instagram that makes custom hats, and he told me it would be 8 months. I was like,
that's crazy.
8 months? Is he killing the cow and skinning it himself?
Bro,
literally.
He's legit. Like, you see him mending the leather. He's setting the hat on fire.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
All right, here we go. Well, one person who always wears a hat on. I don't think I've actually ever seen his hair, but
literally,
it's okay. He's got a chiseled chin, and so I'm happy with that. This man is an NFT boss. Keeps shining like a teenage girl's gloss. He profits on price, sticks to it like rice, always makes us better like soy sauce. The one, the only Tommy from Freedom 35.
Yo. I was going bad. Is my lip gloss popping? Is that what I just heard? Something along those lines?
It's always popping, man. You always keep the shiny lip popping, bro. Always.
Yeah.
Tommy from Freedom 35, they host NFTs on their YouTube channel. Check out everyone's links in the description down below. But more specifically, check out the Freedom 35's channel, where we love those guys. They put out awesome content. Of course, we always have them back on stream whenever we can. And so thank you so much for joining the stream, guys. If you guys like them, hold up here, because we've got one more guest here. I think Seron just lost his connection here, but we'll get him back. All right, here we go. Here's the man of the hour. Super excited to have him on the stream, on the show. He's bringing the art with claymation, an astronaut in a space station. He does it for art. He's doing his part to bring value to the Cardano valuation. The one, the only Bourbon from AdaNOT.
What's up, everyone? How you guys doing?
Yes, sir.
Good to see you, Bourbon. Good to have you. Of course, we're going to talk AdaNOT, but we're going to talk about the larger CNFT ecosystem here. We're excited. First of all, are you going to CNFT Con in a couple weeks?
Yeah, I'll be there for sure. We have a booth we're sharing with Yepple and some other projects, so we're looking forward to that.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll definitely see you there. I'd love to link up, and I'm sure you're linking up with a whole bunch of people there. Everyone in the chat, just so you know, Bourbon is loves one of two things: either loves Cowboys of Crypto, like the community, or loves the CNFTs. And so it depends on who you're talking to here. But a lot of us are new, and so we don't know you. We don't know who AdaNOT is, and so we'd love for you to give a quick introduction of who you are. Your journey into Cardano NFTs, and then we'll talk about AdaNOTs. But I'm more specific onto who you are.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm, essentially just a normal guy, just like everyone else. I had my own business, doing kind of creative things, and kind of during COVID and during these times, kind of got me leading into crypto, and then leading into these NFTs, and I pretty much stumbled upon Cardano NFTs pretty much through a YouTube video, and fell in love with them, and have been here ever since. Been a part of this community since about almost a year now, and just been kind of learning and evolving and trying to adapt along the way.
So did you get in through NFTs, or were you interested in crypto, or did you just jump straight into NFTs?
So I was first into stocks, and I was doing all that, and then I heard about like Dogecoin, and then was looking at that, and then I had a buddy who was like, hey, you should try to get into this Safe Moon, and that's kind of what fell me down the rabbit hole, was Binance and Safe Moon and getting into all those shit coins. And then I had a buddy who was really getting into NFTs, and he was like, this is the next wave, you got to get into the next wave. And that's kind of where it all started.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so I got into the Safe Moon movement as well. Actually, TJ from Freedom 35 and the Bandit, they both got me into Safe Moon, and we kind of all experienced that same rush together.
What a time that was, right?
That was a time to be alive, man.
Bourbon, weren't you also into the Binance NFTs? I remember when we talked.
Yeah, that's when I first got into it. I got into the Binance NFTs, and the volume wasn't there. They weren't moving. They weren't really minting out, and I was trying to believe on them. I had one dev I was like really convinced on and really believed in, but unfortunately, the chain didn't really move it. And again, I stumbled upon Cardano. Couldn't afford Ethereum at the time, and from that day on, never forget it.
Yeah. I agree. I can't afford the Ethereum. I can't play on the biggest chains or the biggest projects in Ethereum, but I can, and that's why I think a lot of us are here, is because Cardano is more cost effective, at least right now for us. Hey, big ups to the chat right now. Parodi 31, Carly Knox, Ridnem 19, Isaac Pallet, CDR. Guys, welcome to the channel. Resin, what's going on? Glad to see you guys here. We'll get into a giveaway here. I definitely have I'm ready for it. But Bourbon, I gotta ask you the question: is that your real name? Are you anonymous? What's the deal with the name Bourbon here?
No, yeah. So I'm a big time bourbon collector. And so, I've always been a fan of, these gamer tags or screen names that people have, that they go by this, this anonymous, this anonymous name, I guess, at the end of the day. But essentially my real name is Brian. So, Bourbon, Brian kind of go together. So it went pretty well, but I do have quite a nice bourbon collection.
Okay. Dang. I what do you like?
I'm usually a barrel proof kind of guy.
Okay.
MGP. Big fan of like Smoke Wagon. I'm a really big fan of Garrison Brothers recently.
Dang, man, you named off more bourbons than I could count. Friggin' chain NFTs right now. So that's neat. All right, guys, I got to give away really quick. It's already 10 minutes into the stream. Before we even get to like good stuff, I need to do a giveaway here. And so here's the first one. Bourbon, I'm going to introduce you to a small game you used to play in high school or middle school or whatever. It's called Hangman. And this one is 5 characters long, and we're going to draw a little AdaNOT here. Okay, so we're going to go from left to right, starting with the Bandit, and then Tommy, Warden, and then you. You're going to guess a letter, and the chat is going to try to guess what it is.
All right, let's do it.
Go ahead, Seron.
Man, I hate that you don't give themes, but I'm going to just go with the, we the Bandits. So I'm going to go with a B, baby. B. And it better be right.
You better be wrong. That's what you are.
Uh-oh.
I don't even know how to do it. Okay, we're gonna start off with this. That's what we're gonna start.
Perfect.
What do we draw?
What is that? It's not even.
First off,
It's
what
an
are we
Adanaut. He's going to draw an
what's that?
Adanaut.
An Adanaut, bro.
Yeah, I knew it. Yes, sir.
It's not
There
even
you go.
hanging, bro.
I'm gonna go with an E, Aaron. E.
An E. Eek. You are wrong.
Damn, man, the vowels.
Bro.
He always does these weird words with the random letters, so I got to go Y.
Whoa.
Give it to me. I'm getting him.
Ooh, there you go.
Him.
I'm gonna go S.
S. Sorry, you're wrong. Okay, hold on. How am I gonna draw this without being demonetized here?
What do you, bro?
Just trust me. Just
We don't
trust
even
me.
got to guess. We don't got to guess.
Money? No,
No.
there's no E, guy.
Incorrect.
No, I was just reading out loud what that guy said.
Oh,
All right,
okay,
it's my turn.
Mm,
Or is it Bourbon's turn?
That's your turn.
that's your turn.
I'm gonna go with an F.
F. Forget about it.
Damn, get an F in the chat.
It's not
F in the
yummy.
chat.
Is it yummy?
No, it's not because they're being
We're hanging an
first
Adanaut
spot.
and the word is yummy.
I'm gonna go. Let's go L.
L for losers.
Damn. Oh,
Dang. L for
Well-
love.
No, this Adanaut got wings, right?
I'll put wings on it for sure.
I'm gonna go with an A.
Oh yeah. Hey.
2
you're
for
right.
2. Let's go.
Oh, he knows. He's got a little behind the scenes.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna
Nasty.
demonetized for this drawing, bro.
I'm gonna go with an R.
R. Are you serious, Bourbon? Are you serious?
Candy? Oh, could
Nope.
be Halloween. Nasty.
True.
Daddy. D.
There's no
I'm going with
S.
the D.
Oh.
This man.
D for dumb.
Damn.
Oh.
There's the
Nah,
butterfly
one
wings.
wing at a time, bro. You just drew 2 wings?
There's butterfly wings. Dude, Tom
Bro.
Crypto be always talking
Let's
about his the
go-
butterfly.
Yeah, he has
Oh,
3 of
that's
them.
true though. Let's go with a T.
T. Totally wrong, guys. Totally wrong.
Okay.
One more. I'm gonna give it to
Bro.
him. Hey, Bourbon, does Adanauts have feet?
Yeah, they definitely have feet.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Do they got legs?
Oh,
They got legs. They got kneecaps too.
They got kneecaps. they got all the body parts, huh?
freckles. They got.
Yeah, they got.
Is it my turn right now?
It's your turn.
I'm gonna go with an N, as in November.
And as in not right.
dang.
Dang, tough word.
I got
You
that
can
right.
know this word.
This is the Hail Mary. Y'all ain't never heard this letter ever in your life.
You've heard this letter,
X.
bud. No.
X. Okay.
Guys, in the chat, type in what they need to type in here, guys. Type in the letters that they need to type in.
Not an X.
No,
For
not
Zanny.
Nope. Wait, whose turn is it? Is it Bandit's?
It's
Not
mine.
It
next.
was my turn.
Yeah, not next. Nope.
Yeah.
Rally. That would be nice.
Not
Rally
fatty.
would be
Not
done.
Anthony,
We already
not
used
Manny.
everybody. What the problem is, the chat does not read the words that are already been guessed up there, so they just keep just going hard on everything that's already been guessed.
Literally.
I'm watching the chat, guys.
Let-
Chat. I'm watching y'all. I'm watching.
Let's
right
go
now.
with
Patty.
C. Let's go with C.
See you later, guys. See
Wow.
you-
Bro,
wow.
what are these words?
I mean, the pressure to go 3 for 3 is very strong right here, but I'm gonna turn to the chat. I see an H in there, so we're gonna guess an H.
H. You need help,
It's gotta
bro.
be it.
No.
Wow.
It's done.
All right,
So
I'm
how-
gonna add one more hand here, and then it's gonna be done. So Bourbon,
Like
it's
a
up to you.
spaceship next to him.
Bro, you gotta add the background. You gotta draw
Yeah,
a square.
literally.
See, let's see. I'm looking through everything
There's
here.
no H. It can't be Harry. Yo,
Can't be
what is
Harry. Can't, you know.
That's what I'm saying.
Jazzy?
Jazzy. Resin
Oh.
clutched
Oh,
up.
resin again!
Resin clutched up.
I
Is it-
cannot believe this, guys.
We-
Bro,
Yeah,
that man wins every one, bro.
With the last arm ready,
Jazz.
bro.
He got rid
Worst
of the jazz. He
guesser.
put the Y at the end.
I'm
Congratulations.
convinced Rez just has a little puzzle solver thing, like just ready, just typing those in as he goes, because he gets.
I mean,
way
either
too
that
many
or
of those.
Aaron's telling him the words before.
No. Resin earns his spot, dude. Look on my like things of winners. Resin's like the top one, and I have to keep scratching off his name because he keeps
know.
winning. So I'm gonna go Resin again. All right, guys, I'm gonna get you an NFT, a CNFT resin. Thanks for playing, everybody. We're gonna have 2 more giveaways here. Bourbon's gonna give one an AdaNOT away, but before we give an AdaNOT away, we got to know what AdaNOT is all about. So, resin, if you don't mind, Bourbon, if you don't mind, let me know what are we looking at here? What's AdaNOT about? Maybe give me the quick synopsis of that.
Yeah, pretty much at the end of the day, AdaNOT is an art-focused, story-led project with 7 characters, unique characters, all handcrafted in clay, who are trapped in this parallel body, or in this parallel universe, in these unwanted alien bodies. So essentially, they came from Earth. They were humans in some part of time, but then essentially in their time period, they got sucked into this parallel universe, and all are working together to kind of figure out how to get back to being normal.
Got it. Okay. So why clay? And I've read some of your roadmap here, and I own actually some AdaNOTs, and I'm going to open it up to anyone here who wants to ask some questions. But like, why clay specifically?
Yeah. So essentially, at the end of the day, it all started as a hey, I woke up, I was like I really enjoyed Clay Nation. I really couldn't afford it at the time, and I was like, oh, I can easily make something like similar like this. And I had a whole bunch of friends from Binance that I was trying to convince to come over to Cardano and get an NFT. So I said, hey, let me make you this, a PFP of whatever you guys want. So they all gave me different traits, different little things like that. And so I made a collection of 6 different little, fan art Clay Nation. At that time, I shared it with a couple groups, and then someone reached out and was like, hey, man, we're actually looking for someone to do a project in this kind of art style. Is this something you're willing to do? And at that point on, I was like, yeah, sure. And so we kind of developed the whole idea and plan, and we scraped that plan and changed it to a different one. But essentially, that's kind of got what we started and into clay, essentially.
Do you have clay behind you right now?
Yeah, I do. I have a whole bunch like right here.
Bro, you won't make a live clay thing right now, bro.
Yo, will you make a live?
Yo, you won't make a live AdaNOT right now.
I need a
Just
cowboy
piece one
hat
together.
on that.
Cowboy hat on.
Bourbon, aren't we going to be able to get some of that clay at CNFT Con?
Yeah, so I have all these traits. So I have all these eyes in here, and I have all the wings and all this stuff that at the end of the day, it's just going to gain dust here in my house. And so I might as well give it out to the people who, supported me and
Dang, I'm not going to be there. That sucks. Yo,
Yeah, joke's on you. Joke's on you.
Bandit, make sure you grab it. Bandit.
I'm trying to
make sure you grab it.
I want to get a clay and bake it so that it's like hard, like a Christmas ornament.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. It should. I might have some like interesting tutorials and walking people how they can maybe make some holiday ornaments or something like that. Because
that'd be awesome.
It's clay is so much fun, and it's meditating, and it's really fun to do.
I'll hang those little aliens all around the office too. I promise you. People
Literally, yeah.
So, all right. Look, I've got some critical questions here, Bourbon, of AdaNOTs, and I want to ask you because on this channel we're very skeptical because I've been some people have been rugged. There's a lot of scams out there. I'm very skeptical of stuff, and so I've been asking. Look, I've been asking a lot of the guys around the CNFT space, hey, what are some of the best projects that are under 100 ADA consistently? And most of these guys are on NFA, so I guess you have a good community in NFA, but consistently they've always said AdaNOTs. And I ask them why, and they say it's the community and the artwork. Really, I'm not sure if I hear much back from that. So I guess what I'm asking you is why AdaNOT? Why is it so special? Like from the creator, from the horse's mouth to my lizard brain ears, I need to know, like from you, why do you think is this project so special?
Absolutely. I mean, it's all about, I've always emphasized it all about the art, and it's kind of the culture that came along with it. I've been building for quite some time. But at the end of the day, it's all about the experience that we're bringing. We're bringing this really intricate lore with, having the community be able to engage with it, be able to get some airdrops and claim items to be able to craft ingredients here in the future. And ultimately, I hear all the time in different spaces that, hey, maybe the next biggest CNFT hasn't been minted yet. And I'm taking notes and looking at things, and that's kind of what I'm looking at here to do with this transformation. I'm working with my community. We have 300 Genesis, and essentially all the Genesis will be working with me to being able to build out these traits, for what they're wanting, because they get a pretty much a one of one. So it's going to be a huge collective relatable traits, and I'm coming with the heat. You know, I've been working these past couple months on a different type of art style to bring with the clay, that it's no longer the kind of, you know, the clay, you know, even my project, Clay Nation, majority of the clay projects get the sticker notation. And so I've been working on trying to figure out ways to have that not be the factor anymore. Really going to be coming with it.
What do you got so far then?
As in for the humans? Yeah,
no, you're saying you're working on it. What most excites you? What's the secret that you're holding close to your chest here that you don't want to tell us?
I mean, there's quite a few secrets. I mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot of secrets that are going to be held on to with the story, and waiting for the community to unlock. We have some interesting mechanics that are along the way there. And then at the end of the day, I've always been focused on having fun art, and bringing fun art to the community. And especially with my Genesis, I've always said, hey, if I'm ever going to do some kind of fun art style or things like that. So, you know, over this time, I've been kind of honing into my skills, crafting on my skills, and creating something really fun and unique that, you know, will be limited only to my Genesis holders too.
Gotcha. Okay. Does anyone else have any questions for Bourbon here before I have one more question?
Hey, Bourbon, all I want to know is when are we going to be able to start seeing some of these serums and different things lining up to be able to start customizing these things?
Mm-hmm. Great question. So yeah, here in this, pretty much after CNFT Con, we'll be having the form to be going out to our Genesis holders and creating some kind of strategic way that, hey, let's say you own the Genesis and then you sell it and you filled out the form, that I want to make sure the new owner gets to be able to fill out the form and things like that. And essentially that I'll be starting to build out the traits, and essentially working with the community on figuring out what styles they're wanting the profile pictures to come out and turn out to being. You know, are they wanting to be more cartoon? Are they wanting more realistic? You know, giving them different varieties and different options on that.
Awesome.
And so with that probably will be a while before that all that kind of really comes into fruition. We have quite a bit of our lore still to go, in building with these ingredients and things like that. So over time, while I'm working on building out those traits and building out the entire kind of the new Genesis collection, we'll have our lore going on and ingredients being airdropped, and getting people will get an idea with different blueprints that are going to be trying to achieve.
Bourbon, you've got a huge and loving community here. In Bourbon, we trust from Wurs. Peroti's donating here, so I appreciate you guys. But hey, look, I'm here to bring fire to the clay holders here, and so I want to know, on your website, it says, like, famously, I think it was one of the first things that I read, is there are no roads in space, so no roadmaps. Is that on purpose? Is that because you want to under-promise, over-deliver? Why do you choose no roadmaps here?
Yeah, that's a great aspect there. It's kind of a little bit of both. You know, you always want to under-promise and over-deliver. But at the end of the day, I always felt that if you put a roadmap out there, you're kind of putting yourself into this box. Maybe you're putting yourself into some, you know, putting some utility debt on yourself that maybe you can't achieve. With having no roadmap, it gave us the ability to adapt and change. Originally, in my story in the lore, we had our main character was a space bud, and then the issues came out with space bud, and so we had to make some alterations, some changes, and being able to not have it, you know, in our roadmap. Let's say we had a roadmap and we had, you know, different aspects with that involved in it, we would be kind of, you know, I think maybe frowned upon. So not having that roadmap allows us to adapt and evolve and change over time.
Gotcha. Wurs says this, he listens to community, and if you feel like you're a part of the project, that's what I love about AdaNOT. That's probably part of why you don't have a roadmap as well, like you said, to stay flexible here. I'm not sure how you pronounce this, phalanx from Spartans, I guess. Are you going to help with some of the clay sculptures when the customization starts?
So essentially when the customization starts, in this new style, I don't really want to explain a little bit too much of it, but in this new style, there won't be sculptures of it. But I think once everything's finished and everything's done, I think that might be something I'll be maybe focusing on, is doing more sculpture things for the people.
I think I'm missing something. I don't know what you're talking about, this new style.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you mean by this. What can you catch me up on what I'm missing here?
I can't explain on this new kind of format I'm working on, but it's you know, I've really tried to do things a little bit differently. It's a lot more work on my end, but it looks tremendously better using natural shadows, using natural coloring, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Okay. All right. Well, sounds like you've got some secrets here. I don't want to push you. I don't want to push you, right? So you got your top level secrets, but what's the next most exciting thing for you? What are you most excited about that we might not know about?
Yeah, so these past couple months, I've been spending a little bit of time. I'll give you guys some juicy alpha here. Past couple months, I've been spending some time on other blockchains, kind of learning about other blockchains, acquiring NFTs and other blockchains. And if you understand some things about the story, in this dialogue, I'm looking to bring some of these things into my story. So we'll have some aspects to be shared about some of my NFTs into the story, and expressing maybe some cross-chain aspects.
Okay, that's what we were looking for here.
Cool.
Love to hear that.
Cross-chain.
And I think that in the future is very, very multi-chain anyway. Failing to ask a follow-up question, will you be rigging them? I'm not even sure what that means, so maybe you could give me context to what even that means. I don't even know.
So by rigging them, it's like you're putting them into you can make them move and do different things like that. And so you put like something in there so that you can move them and put them in different places and different things like that. So I think that's what he might be saying by rigging.
Man, bust out the real clip.
Bro, that looks like Slender Man, dude. What you
It's a little thing I have hanging up here.
Oh, since I know it's close to your computer, it must be something that you're currently working on then.
It was a prototype, just getting some ideas and just playing around with some body postures and different angles and things like that.
So so we're gonna see like a whole body for Adanauts here.
Maybe not. I'm still kind of playing around with it. At the end of the day, I still would like to primarily focus on being more of a really amazing profile picture that anyone and everyone would want to rock. And I think if you do the whole body, it may be distracted, or maybe you might have too much detail and lose visibility of the profile picture inside.
Good call. Hey guys, if you guys enjoyed me trying to grill and try to get the most out of bourbon here, give me a 1 in the chat, especially for the cross-chain tip-off that he gave us. Look, guys, we are here. I want to help make money for everyone in the chat. I want to be able to say, hey, I listened to this stream and I was able to get some good tips on what to buy to make money, specifically to make money. So let's get to it, guys. What are the best projects subtracting Adanauts? We already talked about Adanauts for 15 minutes here, 20 minutes. Everyone already gets it. Thank you guys for the ones here. What are some of the best projects out right now that you really like that are under, like, let's say 200 ADA, which is under $100 for some quick flips? We'll kick off the
Flip.
200 ADA right now. I don't know about an immediate flip, but one that's minting out this week on the 29th is Aeonium Sky. If you're into art over on Cardano, they have their mint that is going to be, I want to say, maybe 20. Actually, I think they've jumped it up to 55 ADA this time around. There's only going to be 500 of these. He's doing these block series where they're basically taking one giant Aeonium Sky, AEONIUM. Yeah, there you go. You should be able to find him there. Aeonium Sky has been around. So yeah, there you go. He's again one of the art. I mean, it's all art. A collection on these things. There's 500 of the same pictures, all just different serial numbers. That one you're looking at there is part of that. I think that's block 1. From the beginning, and I think I don't even want to know what the actual price is on that right now. I think it's got to be over 12,000 ADA plus right now.
Yeah.
So, but these things appreciate in value over time, like actual fine art over on the Cardano side. And he's done multiple collabs, or I don't even know who they are. They go, kind of anonymous on this. But they have their 16th block that's happening this week on the 29th. So this is one that if you can get in, they're extremely competitive. So if you can mint this for 55 ADA, I think the floor price right now for the last block is like at 160 somewhere right around that range, maybe 169. So it's automatically jumps up like 2 to 3x right away off the bat. And then over time, the more that the future blocks get released, the older ones start to appreciate in value. So this is one that right now, I guess this week that I'd be keeping an eye on. That's an easy entry point, but potentially with a good little amount. So you can either flip or hold on to. So it's one I'm looking at right now.
So it's minting. When is this minting?
The 29th.
The 29th.
Okay,
2200 UTC. Yeah, and just to give reference to why it's block 16, so essentially he's making one giant picture that consists of 24 blocks. So we're on number 16 out of 24. And this is for his first series. And again, he'll do a second one after this. But the older blocks, like the block 1, I believe there was only maybe 100 or 150 of those. And as time's moved on, they've gotten up to about 500, I think, in supply. But this is definitely a popular one.
How is the minting done?
I want to say that they still use NFT Maker or NMaker as it goes now, as far as the reservation system goes. But you need to stay tuned to the Discord for Aeonium Sky to go ahead and make sure you're there like exactly at that time. Click the link as fast as you can and pray that you get in.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thanks for that tip off on the mint. I really like this stuff. I actually really like this. I like the detail that I was seeing in some of these.
They're crazy, man. You see those things in like the 4K versions. The Twitter does not do that justice at all. And they've collabed with a bunch of other projects inside the space. They were actually featured over at NFT NYC, over on the billboard in Times Square. They did a piece, I think, over on the Ethereum side, I want to say, too.
What's happening?
So, yeah, definitely should check them out.
That's cool. Yeah, I like that a lot. Let's see here. Raccoons. Let's see. Isaac says raccoons for sure, but need a whitelist. Snapshot already done, so I'm out for that. And Rindom says also her monsters on the 30th. I know
if you're in the Prio squad, only the Prio squad. So if you are not in the Twitter Prio squad right now, I think there's only 333 of those, maybe. Those are going to be minting, I think, on the 30th, and they're going to be doing like a challenge that'll be happening. I want to say they're 150 ADA. But the actual collection after that of like 4,777 is coming later down the line.
Okay. Well, looks like we've got a mint here coming up. That's just in a couple days, so that's exciting. Now, maybe something that I could ask everyone here: are you guys? Oh, Bourbon, do you buy NFTs, other NFTs? Are you a creator strictly, or what do you trade? Do you collect?
I do it all. I buy, sell, trade, all that, and create. So.
Okay. Other than Adanauts, what is your favorite collection? Your favorite project?
I mean, I'm a big collector. I love my space buds. I'm a big fan of the Ape Society, especially with everything's going on right now.
Right.
I'm a big fan of Wild Tangs.
We just had him on last week.
Yeah, literally.
He's amazing. And a big fan of most projects on the blockchain. I pretty much have. If I don't have one, it's I don't know why I don't have you. So I like to collect everything, and so I like to be involved with everyone and everything.
How big is your team? Do you have a team that you work with?
I was going to ask
Yeah, no, it's a great question. So it's a pretty small team. We have essentially myself as the artist and creator. Then we have Jay, who is our writer, our copywriter, who does all the lore writing. And then we have Stitches, who does the narration. And then we have an amazing group of people that do our mods and things like that. So it's a pretty small team. But at the end of the day, we all essentially came from the community, all working together, and we're really bringing something special.
Got it. Okay, good deal, guys. If you guys like what Adanaut is doing, give me a 1 in the chat. I'm gonna bring it up here because Adanaut. I can never spell your guys' name. I always put like a G in there or something like that. You know what I mean? Like.
I wanted to say too, Bourbon, real quick. The banners you guys did from the Gutter Cat artists that you guys have, man, those look super smooth. I love
They were fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, I was thinking like there's definitely empty real estate on a lot of people's banners on JPEG Store, on Twitter, all that. So I was like, this guy's banners were hot and fire, and I was like, let's do it. So I worked with him, and
it looks so good, man.
Yes, sir. I'm rocking one of yours on Twitter right now too. I think that's my background banner right now. So it looked fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, looks like Adanaut has like a little cult following, which is great. But we are about to give one of those Adanauts away, and the only way that we like to do that around here is by Hangman. Okay, this is another game for Hangman. 35 minutes in. Hopefully, we could have room for one more. Jess, it's the last one. Let me see which one is this. Okay, I got it, guys. This one's an easier word, but it's more letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna start with
Adanauts.
TONNY. No. No, you think
Go.
I'm not, guys. Come on, man. Give more credit than that. T-O-double-M-Y. Go ahead.
Hey, we're started off with an E. We're going E again.
E. Exactly wrong, guys. Exactly wrong.
B for Bandit.
Hold on. B for Bandit.
Straight at it.
B for Bozo is what that is.
Oh my gosh.
Give me an A.
Give you an A. Why not? You got an A. You got an A.
I'm not gonna lie.
Not
If there was a double A, I thought you were gonna lie to me. Yeah,
It's
literally.
not AdaNOT.
I'm gonna go with an S.
An S. Sore loser is what you are. Sore
True,
loser.
especially in Jungle Pong.
Oh crap! I'm gonna draw a freaking penis here. I don't want to draw a penis.
All right.
It's ovaries. Okay. Are you
Asteroids. There's no S.
are you serious? Because you got it.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Next.
Yeah, give me. Can I get an I?
And I. Can you get a letter? How about that?
No,
one?
obviously I can't.
Ooh.
Altcoins. There's no I. See,
Alter coins.
Can I get an N as in November?
there's no I, so airdrop is no.
You get an N as in no dice.
That's what I'm
buddy.
saying. Chat never
No
reads
doubt.
what's going
Not
on. They just go, "Oh,
Yeah.
we're done."
No S.
Oh, we see a letter.
All right, I'll give you guys a hint. All right, it's how I buy NFTs, CNFTs on live stream. It's how I buy.
Arbitrage.
Nope. Arbitrage.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of what will come after that. Let's go.
Drop some letters in the chat. Drop some letters. K3, Crawfish, welcome to the chat. Donna, what's going on? Jay Bird, what's going on? Drop some letters for these guys.
Do we
Aggressive.
say? There you go. I was gonna say a
No.
G, but
Yeah. Well, it's not G. Actually, it could be.
could be a G in there somewhere.
Could be.
Attribute. There's no I.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know whose turn it is.
No,
I
no
lost
G.
No G.
All right, I think it's mine.
No G.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna say.
Oh boy, this one's hard, huh? Oh,
I'm
sorry.
gonna
My
say
bad.
O. Let's just get
O?
all the vowels out the way.
Oh my gosh.
What is happening?
Seron, you're just too bad at this, bro. It's okay.
Bobby.
Happens.
Didn't
What's
give
going on?
a thing.
No
I'm gonna
aggressive.
go with you.
You
You.
are right. Let's see. where is it?
You.
I'm just making sure I'm not spelling this wrong. I messed up
Yeah.
one time and everyone just friggin'
Literally.
hated me. Double check here. CDR was going on, not a CDR with the M. But
I'm not going M. I'm going Y.
why?
Oh, there was an M in the chat. Dang, I should have guessed M. That's on me.
Which one?
Abruptly. Ooh. No, I'm gonna go with the L in the
B's-
chat. Oh wait, no, the M. The M.
B's
Yeah,
already
the
been
M in the
taken.
chat. Abruptly, yes, sir.
Why? Guys, dude.
You messed
What-
up again.
what- you messed it.
You
The
messed
B
up.
was
You
already.
said
You said B
B.
was wrong.
No, you messed
That's
up
my bad, guy.
You got a B up there.
I knew it.
Look at that.
Bro,
Redo. We need a new word.
this man
Bro,
told me.
I
He said
freaking messed
B
this
for
up.
Bandit. How about B for Bozo? It seems like pull it
Yo,
out.
he straight roasted you.
That hurt your feelings? That must have hurt your feelings,
Bro,
bro.
you just wanted to be aggressive. That's it. That's
Bruh.
crazy.
Oh wow, I messed that one up. Guys, look, all right. Look how hard it is. All right, I gotta talk with the chat. I gotta do all this.
No, you guys got to drop a bozo in the chat just for Aaron.
B
You gotta
for
say
bamboozle.
bozo.
Yeah, okay, I deserve that. All right, yeah, that's fine. I deserve that. I deserve that. Who got that? Phalanx?
Yes, sir.
No, actually, no. It was Curly Knox that got it.
Curly-
Really?
Yeah, before.
Oh yeah, it's in there. Yeah, I
22:37.
see it. Yep. Yes,
I'm
sir.
trust,
Yeah.
I'm trust you with Curly Knox. Oh, right here. Yeah, I see it right here.
Yeah, it's right
Curly-
there. Yeah, there it is.
Curly
Wow.
Knox.
Well played.
Wow,
Bozo.
guys, this is
B
this
for
is bad.
Bozo. That's
I
the
even
word.
said it too, man. I even said it. I'm like, I'm trying
B
not
for
to.
bozo will live on forever now.
B for Bozo. Bozo Cowboy. Dang it, son of a gun, dude.
This
What
this
the-
the crypto version. Phalanx.
Would you? But would you really have gotten that though? Would you guys really have gotten that? I don't
Yes.
know. I
If you
don't.
put the
Bro,
beat, no, I'm just kidding.
Every letter you kept saying, ABR, yes, we would have got it. What are you talking about?
Oh golly, man, this stuff is hard, bro. Being a streamer and YouTuber is hard, guys. I'm just trying to live my life out here, guys. That's all I'm trying to do. By the way, if you guys want to join this and any more giveaways that we're doing, join the Discord. It's up and running for you guys. We're always making corrections. By the way, join the Discords for Freedom 35 as well and AdaNOT. I'm part of those. I'm part of both of them. So just be sure to join those. So I appreciate everyone in here. We still got a little bit of more show here. I want to ask you guys a few quick questions here. Okay, and here's the main question. Where do you guys see the market for CNFTs specifically in this downturn? Okay, should we be buying anyway? Is this the thing that we should be talking about? How should we as investors be thinking? Or what are you guys thinking? You know, like there's a market here. Is it going down? Is it up? And what about CNFTs? Go ahead, free reign.
Go ahead, Seron. Lead us off. You know,
Bro,
you got some.
Let me just get the complete opposite opinion out the gate. It's all going to crap. I literally have like CNFTs have been the farthest thing off my radar in terms of like looking at new projects. I still have my AdaNOTs, but literally almost everything else has been absolutely liquidated. I hold a duck because it's Warden's.
I'm gonna get it back.
Always just
I'll get it back.
looking at it in my wallet, but I'm thinking about sending that thing too. So I won it off him on a bet. I honestly think that like, I mean, yeah, y'all, if you guys watch that last Fed meeting, this man is talking about pain and more pain, 20% correction in the housing market, a target of 4% interest. You think NFTs is gonna make it? Yo, people got more. There's people out there that are more strapped for cash than I would imagine like anyone on this stream would be, and they hold NFTs and they will be liquidating as they see the price of ADA dropping down. They will liquidate because I also think Bitcoin is going to see a bottom that we have not seen yet, and that's just me right there. I don't know what whoever wants to go after that. You can say whatever you want, but should you be holding NFTs? I think like with like currently right now, like that mint's coming out. Yeah, you got a potential of like a 2-3x. But should you be like playing this like game of like flipping NFTs right now? I don't think so. I'm sorry. Like people are saying accumulation period, yo, or who like what's that? Renum? Like, are you gonna accumulate? But can you look at something that's like 1/10 of what it used to be worth? Like, how long can you look at that in your wallet and not want to sell it? Like, let's be realistic.
How about Seron? You need to start investing in some projects that have some quality teams. That
I literally don't believe in any project that has the word CNFT behind it in terms of quality team.
We can drop the C. We can drop the C out there, boys. Cardano NFTs, huh?
I only believe in ADA. I believe in ADA.
Hey, but if you believe in ADA, then you believe in accumulating ADA.
And getting through this recession, I don't believe in none of that. Hell no. No.
All right, Tommy. Let me hear from you.
I think you're leaving an opportunity on the table then if you're there to accumulate ADA, because as we've seen this week, I mean, if you've been any kind of conviction.
No, I did not say I want to accumulate ADA. I said I believe in ADA.
Hold on.
I'm not accumulating ADA.
Let TOMY speak his piece here.
So what I'm saying to you is there's projects out there that have consistently been building. AdaNOT is or not AdaNOT, but that's another project. But another one that was big this week was Ape Society. Ape Society is went from like a 14 or like an 1,800 floor up to about 3,000. They flipped space foods over there as far as floor price goes. As they continue to build, you've got projects like Clay Nation that are continuing to partner up with big players outside of just the Cardano ecosystem cross-chain that will be continuing to build. So when that bull run does hit, that's why people say the accumulation period. Things are on fire sales for the big projects inside the space, the ones that are continuing to grow. So I think if you're looking from a strictly period of just I want to flip and get into more ADA long term, why would you not take advantage of the opportunities right here to continue and stack and increase your ADA? So I hear what you're saying as far as the market goes. Am I dumping all my cash and my dollar cost average in these? No. But is there opportunity out there to invest into some good projects while the market's tough? Absolutely. And I think that you should take advantage of that opportunity and watch people like Aaron out here, Chronic and those guys, our channel, a lot of these different players inside the space that are talking about these things in the spaces and learn a little bit. So I would argue to your point that NFTs are just going nowhere.
Got it. Yeah, Bourbon, you speak your piece here.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a mixture of both. I think definitely people are definitely liquidating, trying to get out as quickly as possible because, you realize NFTs are not really illiquid. So people are trying, exactly like the pain's coming. So people, if they can get out of NFTs, they'll try to get out. And so I definitely think people are probably putting their conviction into one or two communities that they really want to go all in on, where they can really enjoy themselves and not, over diversify in the NFTs essentially. I think people are probably selling NFTs and dropping them into, the bigger plays. And then for the new projects coming out, it's super difficult, we have less volume, less people on the blockchain, less transactions. It's tremendously hard to be able to gain that community and gain that trust. It's definitely going to be interesting, but at the end of the day, it could easily a really big team from another blockchain could come in and really spice some things up. So definitely, I think we might be in a little world for hurt, but I definitely think the strong teams will survive.
Yeah, Warden, you got something to say to this?
I just think the bottom is so far, and I could just hang out and just chill on freaking regular like stable and just wait and then just scoop out everything. So like, my thing is like, will I be try to get into this mint that's happening that Tommy just told us about? Oh, probably. I mean, I like the hype. Minting is fun, but like, am I like actively like trying to like how Tala's like, yeah, this thing dropped to this. I bought like 30 of them. Hell no! Hell no! Not hell no! Hell no! He bought. I'll never forget it. He bought 30 of them like right before the Fed meeting or whatever that was. I'm like, bro, no. Crazy.
Gotcha. Hey, Jay Crypto Minded is dropping in some real big knowledge, but I want to get some Crypto Warden. Then I'll get to you, Jay Crypto Minded. Warden, you got anything to say to this topic of bottoming in and buying NFTs now?
I have a lot to say on this topic. I mean, ever since Seron just started blabbing about that, I've just been writing up points. I've been ready to go. So let's get to it, baby. Let's get to it. On the other side of Seron's point, I'm going to go on the more positive side. Just this week alone, we've had 3 separate projects go on beautiful runs. I mean, Ape Society had a 1K run. Junkies has gone up to 100 ADA. Happy Hoppers has gone up to almost 100 ADA as well. I mean, these projects were around 30 to 40 ADA. So, I mean, they've just been building for their own little
they're not
separate months on themselves.
They're only gaining ADA because people are trying to get their dollar equivalent value because the price of ADA is down. That's the thing about the CNFT market. It grew in ADA, but the cost of the NFT is still the same.
I mean, either way, right now, it's just helping you gain liquidity.
I'm looking at dollar values.
I agree with you, and that's one of my points as well. I mean, it's
the overall money amount has gone down.
Okay, and that might be true. That might be true.
If you're consolidating ADA, then go ahead. I'm consolidating none of it.
Hold on. I'm about to take you off, Seron. Hold on. Let the Warden finish his thoughts here.
I mean, it's really just right now. All 5 of us, that's really what we're making money on right now, especially during this freaking bear market. I mean, no one's really making money off coins unless you're getting into one of these microcap coins where you're hitting a big run. I mean, we're all just making money off these little runs, off these little hype runs.
Hey, DJ.
This big point. I mean, I just speak on it myself, especially since I'm probably the newest investor in this little panel right now. And it's very helpful to gain liquidity, especially as a new investor to someone who has never had any type of money before, any type of money into crypto. It has really helped me to be able to build liquidity to where I'm able to expand into all these different things. And like you said, I mean, my fault. 50 ADA right now is only worth $25. But I mean, when we're expecting this bull run, that same 50 ADA could be worth $100 to $150 just alone. So, I mean, I understand what you're saying, where ADA is down right now to where that dollar cost is, but I mean, holding that same ADA later for a bull run, you'll end up making money.
I was going to argue that
we need to have a live stream like right after the midterms when gas starts skyrocketing back up and everybody's crapping their pants and people just selling.
I got a question. I got a question for people over here because I see people in there. You don't buy groceries with I buy my groceries in USD. Are you guys really taking profits out and liquidating your coins right now for cash? Because I feel like that's one of the worst things to be doing right now in this market.
That's what I'm
especially not right now.
Like, so, but what I'm saying to you is, why would you do that? I'm accumulating ADA, right? What CrossFit is saying long term. Like, I'm not. Can you imagine doing that with your Bitcoin and stuff in the bear market? Hey guys, all this stuff that I've accumulated over the last few years, I'm going to liquidate it right now so I can buy it at a higher price when the things go up later down the line. That makes no sense at all. Why would you do that? What you're saying right now doesn't make any sense.
We on this thing, I assume we're in a position where we can hold, and like if I wanted to hold ADA and all this NFTs, I could. It would be no problem. But a lot of people are not in that position. Even Jay Burrs over here yelling, hold. All right, you missed like 5 car payments. How much you gonna hold until you gotta liquidate to pay?
Never invest more than you can afford to lose.
Yep. Tommy hit it right on the head.
Okay, Tommy, you're saying that, but like realistically,
people
how
are
many
irresponsible.
people do that?
Realistically, people are irresponsible. Yeah,
bro, that's like total property. That's like legit us as people. We are literally irresponsible. Literally, it's human nature. Literally, the human nature.
And that's typically, even if those people make those kind of gains, they're going to be right back situation if they're still irresponsible. So
like,
in my mind, you're trying to educate and help people out. You're telling them to hold because later down the line they will have more money. If you liquidate now and try to get out to make those payments, you're going to be kicking yourself later down the line. It's like, oh, that temporary little thing that I had, I missed out on a huge opportunity.
All right, guys. All right, before we get back to let you guys tear each other up. I'm liking this conversation. Honestly, everything is fair in the lines then around here, so it's good. But there were some really good points to be made on both sides in the chat here. I just want to read a few of them.
Doesn't have $400 a bank, and the average car note right now is $100. And repos are up.
We heard
have
you, bro.
A separate stream for this.
We heard you both, bro. We heard you both. Here, let's get to the chat. I want to shine because the chat is the real stars of this, I think, stream here. We're in the early days of the bear market where CNFTs are so low priced. Charles is loving CNFTs now, and we have great teams. Time for accumulation of great projects. And on the other side of it, where was that chat? Yeah, here's Jay Crypto Minded. He said we have 30% to dump minimum. And would you consider a 40 to 60% another run? Crawfish says this: who gives an F about the dollar value? You say you believe in ADA and your space accumulate ADA. If you did this with Bitcoin in 2010, you only care about the dollars and you're going to be wrecked. So there's a lot of happening on both sides. I like to take a stab at kind of like lining out the positions here, just for anyone in the chat. If you're listening on this and you're like, should I buy ADA? Should I buy anything? Here are the two positions. In my understanding of this, you've got one position, and this is current today market prices. You got one position where we are September 27th. A lot of people are thinking that the market is going to get worse from here. Okay, the market's going to get worse from here. J Crypto Mind is throwing out 60%, 30% minimum, 60%. I think that 50% losses across the board is on the table, meaning your ADA at 50 cents right now, I don't know what it's at, but about 50, could be worth 25 cents. So it would be prudent, if you think that it's going to drop 50%, to sell all, to liquidate, and to buy in at half the price, because a 50% gain is a huge gain. Okay, that's called a short.
You're just saying it nicer. I didn't add the extra.
Understood. But I want people to understand the methodology of understanding trading and the markets. Now on Tommy and Ethan's side, they're saying that the bottom is close to being in. They're not saying the bottom's in. Hear what they're saying. These are good prices compared to where it could be to then accumulate. Yes, it could go down longer. It could go down further, but it's not comparable, the drop, to what it could be in the future, and they don't care about that. And those are the two camps. I think is a proper, efficient way to say this is that, hey, you know what? The drop is 50%, and I'm going to take that. I think because of headwinds meaning like forces that will force those prices and stocks down and the markets down. You've got the war yet to be resolved. You've got inflation.
Hold on. So like, but the people in the chat and like in the crypto space are on like a micro and macroeconomics level. They literally contain everything. If you read the chat, a lot of people are like only containing everything into crypto and not looking at like the world around them. And I think that's where people get like this unrealistic view of like this is the bottom, the FOMO, da 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 da. Bro, they're literally telling you to your face that they're like not done raising inflation. He's literally telling you it's like houses are going to be deflating like 20%. They're literally telling you the housing market's going to get like the car market's going to get like strict regulations, and they're going to stop giving loans to subprime people. Like when stuff like that happens, I can't.
Yeah,
This is a different.
Understand from the collector's point right now is that, hey, it will. I don't think I don't think Tommy and Warden, I don't think, would say that they expect this is the bottom. I think that they can expect lower prices, right? Am I correct in kind of saying that, like assuming that? Like,
to me, I mean, it's not like a pretty picture. It's going to be a tough thing. Like any new projects entering into the space that are minting right now have a very big, like tough road ahead of them, because if their mint isn't hyped enough, if they don't give the utility that people want, like people move on in the space. And with the price of ADA being what it is right now, they have to raise so much more in funding just to, to really achieve the goals that they're trying to do. So I can imagine how tough it is for anybody new coming into the space. So when we invest in the teams that have been established, there's not going to be a lot of these projects, unfortunately, around at this time next year, because whether the market continues to go down even further and they don't have funding, hype wears out, whatever it may be. So for me, it's definitely to make sure that you have some stuff liquid, right? You can dollar cost average as the market to do its thing. I still think there's good anything ADA for me under 50 cents. I would be kicking myself a year ago hey, aren't you buying in at that price? Like I was buying in at $1.40 last week, and I was happy with that. So in the long term thing of things, I plan to be here for the next 10 years. So the prices right now are a fire sale to me. But for projects, I'm in the opposite boat of where I'm trying to sell a lot of stuff off that I don't think is going to make it through this time, and then reinvesting some of that ADA into the ones that I do, because I do believe there's a big run eventually happening for them. So what I hear what Seron's saying, as far as going to the bottom, everything's going to dump a little bit more, which is fine. And I agree. I'm not arguing that at all. I know that's going to happen. So for me, that's where my dollar cost average goes in. And then for anything else, as far as the CNFT stuff, is have a little bit of liquid for when those projects gets hit harder, prices go down, and you can scoop up some good deals in that short term for each side.
Okay, so you've made a distinction here, Tommy, of saying, hey, I'm actually liquidating some of the projects that I don't think are going to make it into projects that I think are going to make it. So you are semi-agreeing with Seron, but you are more still on the other side, like, hey, I'm still accumulating ADA. I was accumulating ADA at $1.50. I'll still continue to do that, and I'm happy about that. I'm just kind of summarize and encapsulate what you're saying. J Crypto Minded says this, and I want to send this comment to Bourbon and to Tommy specifically, and to Warden actually. No guarantee these projects will survive a 50% dump.
Did Tommy just make ADA go to 42 cents?
Guys. Okay, dollar cost average. Let's go. Keep it going.
Okay. Bro, that's rough.
No, look, I would ask Bourbon that though. I would ask Bourbon that though, for somebody having their own project. Yeah. How do you feel about that with like the markets getting, scarier and scarier? How does that work for you guys long-term funding? Because luckily, like you said, you guys minted out when things were doing a little bit better, but still, I can imagine like some of the struggles that can be.
So, we minted out at ADA is at 48 cents, so not much different than what it is right now.
True,
so,
yeah.
So it's, at the end of the day, I haven't been too worried about it, just because we don't really have that much overhead. I'm the artist, I'm the founder, everything is from my hand. It's my creativity. I don't have to hire, an artist to do anything. I don't have to hire someone to do this or that. I built the website. We have a great community. We've raised pretty much from our community, our writers and our storytellers. So we've done a lot of things in-house and don't really have much overhead. So if ADA does drop to 20 cents, we're still here, still working, still building. So it's not going to affect us long term.
It's good.
So yeah, are you saying like, because you have it's a passion project, and because you are there isn't a lot that was hired out, that you're doing everything internally, that you don't care about what the market's doing, you're just going to keep on creating, keep on running your community?
Exactly. At the end of the day, you'll see a lot of projects. They'll have multiple people, a huge team. They have to have they have someone doing the website, they have someone doing this, they'll have someone doing that, paying an artist. So we'll have a lot that goes on with them, but it's just at the end of the day, if ADA hit down to 10 cents, I could, really dig deep and, do everything myself, but it would be, the worst thing in the world. I want my team there. So, but at the end of the day, we'd still be there.
I'm like, guys, just so you know, what's happening in the chat is it's unique. I think in the Cowboys of Crypto channel is that if I go into like these other CNFT spaces, I'm not going to name them, but there's a lot of CNFT people, maxis in there. On here, me and Seron are coming from a space from swapping coins, and we're looking at macro investments. So there's a mixture of people with different opinions here. J Crypto Minded says this: how do you pay your bills as a company with a 50% dump? That's a fair question, and I'm curious about the answer as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, at the end of the day, thankfully my team members, are paid in focusing on ADA. We're not really focused on the the dollar cost of it. It's just one ADA is one ADA, and essentially, I'm pretty much just paying myself at the end of the day. I have expenses. I have server expenses for website and things like that. But at the end of the day, just doing my reserve smart and doing everything properly, just to make sure it lasts at the end of the day. There's different opportunities, ways to gain revenue other than just like minting and things like that as well. So there's other opportunities.
Yeah, go ahead, Seron.
See, the thing is, like, he's saying like from what I'm hearing from him, it sounds like, all right, he's edged out a way where he will continue through this 50% dump. But you got to think of companies like people. When the reason why some people like remain poor, this rich dad poor dad, is that like as their revenue increases, their cost of living increases, and companies do the same thing as their share prices increase and stuff like that, or their ADA price increase. They're like, oh, let's hire more people, this, that, and all these overhead costs pile up. 50% dump happens. They can't support that. How not just lay people off, but you got to think of the people in this space. Do they really have that business mindset? Like, yo, we need to do a quick pivot. Only those people who do like those real quick pivots and lay people off, let this stuff go, are the projects that are going to survive.
I feel like if you're a project minting,
I personally don't think a lot of those people exist in this space. Every single day you're seeing like, yo, fake CEO down for this, Space Buds fake this. I just don't think like those type of people exist in this space, and that's honest.
I was gonna
there?
Yes, there's business-minded people out there, and I would argue to some people like there's definitely gonna be the people who are like 20-something-year-olds or even in their young 30s starting this out. They jumped on the NFT craze, they made some money and did their thing, but didn't really have a long-term plan, right? And those are the ones we see that kind of come in and go out. Then there's the others. Hopefully, if these guys have set a good margin and a goal for their mint price, they've obviously taken into account if they've been in this crypto market. Hey, things are going to get a little bit worse here, so we need to be able to ride out this wave. Hopefully, we've got enough funding from the mint price enough to be able to run a year, 2 years, whatever it may be for their goals that they're trying to do with the project until they can release whatever the next thing is, or find a way to give utility that increases the project's overall value. So again, you're going to see people who have good business minds and who have a long-term plan are going to be those ones. That's why we say invest in good teams, because that's going to be the things that get these people through this bear market right now.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the biggest, most established teams will make it through the bear market. However, J Crypto Mind, again, I mean, like this one I'm talking about, the chat really brings the comments here. But that's only you, Bourbon. How does OpenSea survive and these top projects manage to survive? And I'm not going to say just OpenSea, but more like, hey, look, Clay Nations, I'm not sure how top heavy they are. Yummy, I'm sure they have a lot of developers on there. Like
Cornucopias.
How did these guys who are the top level, like you're bootstrapped, right? But these guys, for sure, they are paying a whole bunch of people out. And if you're saying one ADA equals one ADA, I get that on a small scale that might work because everyone's like part-time or you got real jobs and stuff like that. But there are developers out there who this is it, and their one ADA turned into. If we hate inflation, we should hate the dollar, the value shrinking from our pockets, and that's exactly what's happening here. Just this is more macro, not for you, Bourbon, not specifically for AdaNOT, but like macro. How do these top projects survive?
I mean, there's going to be a lot of them that are going to fail. mean, at the end, it's straight out. They're gonna fail. They needed some funding. They needed the income to do certain things, and at the end of the day, that's what's going to happen. I mean, that's happened throughout all the history. You know, businesses, different economies, different things like that tried to raise up and didn't. They failed, and the ones that were stronger and figure out the right path to survive. You know, how do you as a big brand or big company, how do you figure that out? At the end of the day, hopefully you started figuring out months ago and trying to figure out like a strategic game plan or a plan. There's been a lot of talk about, hey, do projects have an end goal? Like, what is your end goal? Like things like that. Do you have like a game plan, a business plan? Like, if you don't, and you're just kind of going willy nilly and just being like, hey, we'll split the profit this way and we'll just kind of see what happens. There's things probably are not going to be too great, without a plan.
I mean, this is what's happening with Meta, with Google. I mean, all these guys, they're actually laying off people. Coinbase, these guys are laying off. But Eddie Z brings up a funny question here. Not funny, maybe it's real. Could projects go into hibernation? I feel a crash is imminent. I think that's a shared thing that I feel, at least, and I know Seron does. But if that happens and they hibernate, will the community still be there when the bull market comes back and wake up? Can projects?
Tal won't be there if they don't tweet in 2 days. Tal's out.
That's tough in this market, man. I don't know, because people want that instant satisfaction. They want some sort of communication from your team. And I mean, to be fair, in this day and age, right, if you invest your money in something, you want to know that those people at least have something going on in the background. You don't want to say, hey, guys, we'll be back in about a half a year from now when everything kind of shakes out. Catch you then. Okay, sounds good. I'm going to just leave my money there. That doesn't make me feel very confident as an investor. So I don't think that's the route to go. And even if you don't have much to say, a weekly update, a month, every couple week, bi-weekly, something to tell people, here's what we've been working on. Here's where we're seeing things go, and giving you that detailed plan is what's going to help that out. And then I've seen somebody like a J Crypto Minded over in the chat as well. Why buy now? There's still opportunity. Like I said, just because we're in a tough market right now doesn't mean there isn't opportunity for things to be made. You've seen it recently in some big projects, some teams that have been building over this long time. So it's not that money can't be made in this time period. It's just you need to have a lot more research. You need to have a lot more conviction in the teams and do more, just overall digging into projects that really do have the teams, do have the plan, and do have that long-term vision in this market.
Yeah, I think TJ, and I'm going to cover 3 comments here. The world is F, recession to come. All markets will still drop. Still good opportunities now, though. Have to remember ADA is down 85% from, and will be even better one soon, too. This one was funny. Jay Bird says this. False, Seron. Everything is in the toilet. It may or may not go deeper, but those who have been in all-time highs would be foolish to sell now, especially if the money is being invested in all-time highs. Do you have a reply to that?
Yeah. It goes back to our BSC pad conversation. I mean, sell now so you can recoup your loss in a better position. If you want to rebuy, just sell it.
Yeah. And then I think I want to bring in Donna's, and then we're going to close with this and give me your last thoughts on here. She actually, in an earlier comment, I didn't see it. I couldn't find it, but she says, hey, everyone's got their own investing strategy. And I think that's never been more clear than in this chat here. But she says it just depends on your risk mitigation. There's so many factors on micro and macroeconomics. At the end of the day, it's up to you as the investor to be well informed and for influencers to educate people. And I think that's right. And I think at some level we are all at least.
I'm literally just trying not for people to piss their money in the toilet and understand what's happening.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's really just about. Go ahead, Seron. You got it.
Jay Crypto has a question. Is this our first bear market? I'm going to be open and honest with you. No. 2017, when I saw everything fall down to the toilet, I sold everything else. The difference between 2017 and now is I like to think I have like a bigger mentorship behind me, and I'm more well-educated on what the market truly means. Because I was one of those people who I'm literally warning right now who like over-leveraged 2017. Like went too far in, and the market started crashing, and I literally had no choice but to sell everything. So boom, boom, boom.
And I was gonna say your bear. Oh, go ahead.
No, you got it, Tommy. I'll just hit it right after.
Your bear market of old is not the bear market of today.
Well, this bear market is worse because it's coupled with an economic recession.
100%. The feakers, that's a big factor. Not to get that wrong. But I'm saying, as far as the crypto thing goes, we're a lot more educated. We've had the last 4 years to kind of understand, learn some patterns. I mean, I was back in 2017 just buying with the hopium that everything was going to go to the moon, and got a harsh reality check back in 2018. So I don't think the bear markets will have as much of a hurt in us, but the recession part is going to definitely impact that, especially along with the government. So that is a very important thing, like you guys are saying, to pay attention to, because that can have a big factor on the overall crypto market and all markets in general, as we're seeing.
Got it. Ethy.
I mean, just the two biggest things that really I believe in affect your investing strategy. It really just depends on the people that you have around you, and then your experiences. I mean, it really just depends on how long you've been in the space, how long you've been in the market, how you've seen it move in the past. I mean, at the end of the day, it really just it's really just about like everybody around you, only because these people have had these experiences and they're able to help you, just inform you, especially like for newer investors, for people who've never experienced a bull run. Like for me, as an example, all I've known is this bear market, and I'm super excited to see a bull run one of these years, but that's okay. It'll come eventually.
Man, you are a child of the winter.
Yes. Big child.
I'm a child of the
Yo, change
spring.
that man's name from the Warden to the Ice Prince, bro. That man is in this crypto winter.
This man was
He gonna
born
come out
above
a
me.
king.
It's Warden of the
Above
North.
Yep.
The North,
That's right.
the
Hey,
Warden
the
of the
true
North.
king of the North, baby. The
Yo.
true king of the North.
Warden of the North.
Yo, that's the
I mean,
Ice Prince, baby.
Just at the end of the day, though, I am majority in stablecoin at the moment, but I'm loving everything being down. Because at the end of the day, you're going to make money in a bull run no matter what you put your money into. Eventually, when you decide you're going to put your money into, you will make money during a bull run.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think for me, my personal experience was is that I learned in the past year that the Fed is in hyper control of the markets. This is my big takeaway of 2022, that any monkey could have thrown money into any project, any real estate, anything, any stock for the last 14 years and made money, until this year where nobody called it. Everyone got hurt. Everyone got hit. So we got to learn our lessons. There's a project for everyone. There's an investing strategy for everyone. Money gets made with bears. Money gets made with bulls, but hogs get slaughtered. And so don't be greedy, guys. Stay safe out there. Big ups to the chat, guys. Really giving us a lot of fodder, and
Yo,
really,
they was giving us the work, bro.
Yeah, really making sure.
Yeah.
At
like,
one period, it was hugs, and the next time was pitchforks. And
Hey, we love it though. So I mean, we love interacting with the chat. We love you guys. So big ups.
Yeah, guys. Really quick, join or follow Twitter's follow Ethan on Crypto Warden on his Twitter, Bandit on Twitter. Tommy joined their the YouTube and Twitter, and of course Bourbon with AdaNOT. Check out AdaNOT if it's something for you. Bourbon, I want to give you the last say here. Whatever you want to say on anything what we talked about today, you could shill AdaNOT if you want. You could talk about the market. I know we were kind of loud, but I want to hear your voice as the last sweet, supple voice before I go to bed here.
Absolutely. Well, one thing I want to mention a little bit on someone mentioned a comment, can projects hibernate during this time and survive later? And I'm going to disagree with that. They can't really hibernate. They need to be doing things. One thing we've noticed with a lot of projects on all blockchains is that strong founders definitely make a difference. Founders where you're able to reach out to them, engage with them. They're in spaces all the time. You look at Wab coming into here right now. He's the founder of the Sappy Seals and blowing things up. You look at Frank over at DGOD. You look at Ponzerati at the Ape Society. You look at these founders who are out there in the community, working the community, engaging with them. I think that's super important and super needed for a lot of these projects. And that doesn't cost any money. That's just time for those founders who are already dedicating their time to those projects. So definitely hibernation is not a thing. You know, get on Twitter, shit post, and have fun. Enjoy your community. Be with them and embrace them and engage with them on Twitter.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Bourbon. I know that the AdaNOT community appreciates you as well. Guys, be sure to check out AdaNOT on JPEG Store, on Twitter, on all their stuff. Join the Discords. Freedom35, thank you so much, TOMMY. We'll be seeing you soon. We'll be seeing all you guys soon.
For sure,
in Vegas, guys.
Yes, sir.
Vegas soon, man. Baby. Thanks for the stream. Get out, guys. Thanks for the